I've been out for a while, just been super busy, not been able to make too many videos, but here we are. I've been able to get back to some of you guys who've been messaging me on IG, some questions I was able to help you guys out with. But yeah, man, that was a crazy, crazy fight with Usman Edwards, man. Who seen that coming? Nobody, bro. That was crazy. I don't know what's the craziest thing I seen is they have odds for the third fight. So some odds makers, Vegas odds makers, some websites, they've dropped odds for the possible rubber match, the third fight between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. Now Usman just got knocked out viciously with a head kick, and he is even a bigger favorite going into the third fight against Leon Edwards. That's crazy. He just got knocked out. Now this guy's even a bigger favorite than he was going into the second fight with Leon Edwards. That's just craziness. That tells you that what odds makers think of Kamaru Usman's ability to get that title back, and even though he was winning. But how is this guy going to rebound? We don't know how he's going to react when he starts getting hit in sparring now. He probably had an unbreakable mind, unbreakable will. Now you get knocked out. Who knows where your mindset is at? We've seen that with so many fighters that once they get knocked out, they're gun shy. Even greats like GSP, I've been a huge GSP fan ever since when he got knocked out by Matt Serra. He started taking a more safe approach to his fights, which was really smart of him, but it gave to a little more boring style, which was fine. I don't mind it, but other people don't like it. Look at Cody Garbrandt. He was on fire until he got knocked out by TJ Dillashaw, and then just his career went downhill, man. It was crazy. Once that chin gets cracked, it's like glass. It's easier to get cracked and shattered after once it's cracked. But that was crazy. That was one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen. Not the it wasn't no spinning shit or anything like that, but the fact that he was losing, getting dominated, I believe, 3 rounds to 1 or 4 rounds to 1 going into that fifth round he was losing until that last minute until he got caught, which is crazy, man. He thought it was going low. It was not going low. It went high. Very similar to what John Jones did to DC, where he was throwing those leg kicks, to the leg, to the body, and then he switched it up, went high, and DC thought he was going low, and caught him clean, and finished him. That is insane. You're the UFC, your best bet right now is do not give Kamaru Usman the rematch. If you're smart, you got to get Kobe Covington into that title picture. A lot of people don't like Kobe, don't give a shit. He's the guy you want right now. He's going to sell more pay-per-views than Leon and Kamaru combined. The shit talking that guy's going to do. Or you wait for the Hamzat win. If Hamzat beats Nate, which 90% chance he is going to beat Nate. So I know that that's a guy they want to slide into that title picture. And you might say, Usman, he deserves it. Absolutely, he deserves a rematch. But the problem is he's got to take at least 6 months to a year off. If you're his coaches, you don't let him fight for another year, bro. You got to let him take a year off. When you just get knocked viciously unconscious like that, the brain needs to take time off. I don't think he should be cleared to spar even. So if you're smart, if you're Kamaru Usman's coaches, let him take some time off. He's been fighting a long time. He just got KO'd. Let him take some time off. When he comes back, he'll be ready. And then you can, throw him in the title mix. But right now, if you're smart, if Usman's smart, do not come back right away. Do not rush it. I've seen a lot of fighters rush it after getting knocked down. It's been the worst career choice they've ever made. It's not like he needs the money or anything. And he needs to get in there because he's got bills to pay. He's doing just fine. So that if they got Kobe Covington, Leon Edwards, because Leon Edwards didn't take too much damage that fight, so he's probably ready to go in a couple months. Throw him in there with Kobe Covington. That'd be a great match. I think Kobe Covington actually wins that matchup. He's probably gonna just out wrestle him for 5 rounds. But if they give Hamzat that title shot after beating Nate, that could be a really smart decision as well. But it seems like the UFC might want to wait. I know, and give Usman the title shot. I find they want Usman to be the title because it makes that whole division just look stronger as Usman is the champ, and they want maybe Hamzat to beat Usman for the title or wherever it may be. But man, that was crazy, crazy. I don't know if you guys checked out the ONE FC Championship over the weekend. Mighty Mouse Johnson took on Adriano Moraes in the rematch, a guy he lost to by that vicious knee on the ground. Over there, it's legal. Should be legal in the UFC as well, but unfortunately, it's not. But that was crazy, man. I think Mighty Mouse Johnson. I think that's a guy you want in the UFC. I think UFC made a bad decision getting rid of him in the first place. Yeah, I know it sort of built the career of Jorge Masvidal off that Ben Askren win, having Ben Askren in the UFC. But man, if you look at the flyweight division, Mighty Mouse beats everybody in that division, in my opinion. Let me check right now. Look at the flyweights. Davison Figueiredo, the champ. I think Mighty Mouse beats him. Brandon Moreno. I'm sorry to say, Mighty Mouse runs through Brandon Moreno. He beats Kai Kara. He beats Royval, Easy, and Askar Askarov. Everyone. There's no one in flyweight that can beat Mighty Mouse Johnson. Now, if Henry Cejudo comes back, yeah, that's argument for different, but he's retired, so I'm not even going to give him any of the credit. But if I think UFC needs to make a play to get Mighty Mouse back in the UFC because Mighty Mouse is the real deal, man. Now, 125, that guy is exciting. That fight was incredible. The way he landed that knee at the end, the walk off, it's crazy, incredible. Now, I was getting a question from one of you guys. What do I think of Tony Ferguson moving up to welterweight and taking on Li Jingliang? Now, let's see if Li Jingliang is even in top 15. Yeah, he is. So, if Tony Ferguson beats Li Jingliang, that's going to shoot him up into the top 15. And, he's not really a big lightweight, but, he's getting older now. Maybe that weight cut's getting a lot harder. That makes sense. I think the guys at welterweight are pretty big. I really wanted to see Tony Ferguson fight Nate Diaz. That was a fight I always wanted. Two savage Mexicans just going at it. Unfortunately, they're gonna throw. They like to throw these older cats to the young lions. It's the same thing with Luke Rockhold. Like they didn't need to do Luke Rockhold and Paulo Costa. Luke Rockhold's 37. You didn't really need to put him in there with a 30-year-old Paulo Costa, even though that was a great fight. Don't get me wrong, but like a better matchup for Luke Rockhold would have been a Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos is a heavy hitter too, but he's around the same age, 37, and it doesn't look like you're feeding these guys to the wolves. Which look what they're doing to Nate Diaz. Like they didn't need to feed Nate Diaz to Hamzat Chimaev. That's what they like to do. I would have much rather seen Nate Diaz fight Tony Ferguson. That would have been a great matchup. But we'll see if Tony Ferguson goes to 170. I know he moved to Jackson Winklejohn. But if he can't beat Li Jingliang at 170, it's time to hang it up. I mean, he's got a lot of losses in a row, so time to hang it up. But yeah, any questions you guys may have, just shoot me a message. Out.